welcome to my channel. My name is Along the Journey. A lot of you guys already follow me on TikTok, and I wanted to answer a lot of questions that moms have been asking me in regards to my breastfeeding journey.
So first and foremost, I am 24. I am still adjusting to saying 24 because I just had a birthday, but I am 24. I have a daughter who is 10 months old, and I've been breastfeeding her since she was born. When she was first born, my birth was very traumatic, I want to say the least.
But moving forward, my breastfeeding journey has been very slow. I was only able to fully feed her just off my boobs, I want to say for a month or two. Outside of that, she was mostly being supplemented with formula. At first we was on her on the AR formula. She had to switch off of the AR formula because it was upsetting her stomach. So now she's on a hypoallergenic formula, and that has been horrible. The news, they stopped talking about the formula shortage, and I'm not understanding why they stopped talking about the formula shortage, because it was definitely still happening. I'm just now into 2023 able to just go into a store near me and be able to find her formula, and guess what, the quality has decreased. Get my milk supply back up so that way she could be full-time on my milk instead of the formula. And plus, baby's supposed to stop formula around 12 to 15 months and switch over to either cow milk or oat milk or something like that. I'm at a crossroads. I can either breastfeed as much as I can and give her oat milk, or I don't know what I'm going to do, but it's coming fast because, like I said, she's 10 months right now. So I would hope that I'm able to get my supply back up and get her onto my milk again. Another thing is, around 6-7 months, I was diagnosed with mastitis. And I think I had it twice, I want to say. Honestly, I don't really think I had it, but they diagnosed me with mastitis twice because they knew my baby was already supplementing. They was like, oh, just give her the formula for 2 weeks while you take this medicine, and then you could go back to breastfeeding her. But after 2 weeks, my baby didn't want to latch anymore, and I had to pump it up the entire time that I was on the medicine, and I was also in a lot of pain. So I slacked on my pumping schedule, and my supply went from, I want to say, 14 to 18 ounces a day to nothing, literal drops. I was getting less than 10 milliliters a day. Sometimes I would look up and get 20 milliliters a day. 20 milliliters. If you pour it out in water, you'll see how little of an amount that is for me to be a breastfeeding mom. So when that happened, I kind of was about to give up. And then I would be pumping around family members, and they see that I only got 20 milliliters. And they would look at me crazy, and they would be like, why are you still pumping? You might as well go ahead and give up. You this, girl. What's she going to do with that? Or if I make 2 ounces, they'd be like, we need 5 ounces. Or they would just say very inconsiderate comments. Or because I have a large chest, they think I need to cut my boobs off and just go ahead and get my baby formula. So I've had a lot of adversities throughout this breastfeeding journey, but I told myself, I was like, you know what, maybe they're right. The next 4 ounces that I make, because my baby was drinking 4 ounces at the time, I'm like, the next 4 ounces I make, no matter how long it takes me to get there, that'll be her last bottle. And when I gave it to her, I almost cried. And I'm like, I don't want to stop. Why am I stopping because someone else told me to? Or why am I stopping because someone told me I'm not making enough? Or why am I stopping because someone told me that it's not worth it? And it makes sense to me. Because if you think about any other profession, say if it's a football player or a basketball player, if they're in the gym every day, putting in that work to get better, if their stats are not high at that time, what would you look like telling them to quit? If anything, give them the tools, give them the resources, so that way they can get to where they want to go. Your body is capable of anything that you want it to be capable.
I forgot to mention that the most I've ever made while relactating is 4 ounces in one session. My peak being 24 to 26 ounces every 3 to 4 days, but recently my supply dropped again due to my cycle.
Once that happened, I took upon myself, I was like, you know what, let me see if anybody been in the situation I'm in, because hearing it from my lactation consultant, even my lactation consultant was like, if you're stressed out about it, if you're not getting the supply you want to get, it's always okay to quick. Like you've been through a lot. These past 6 months, you've been through a lot. I started from day one. I was like, I told my lactation consultant, how much water do you think I should be drinking today? A day. She said, I want to say that you need to, she said, how much have you been drinking? I'm like, honestly, I don't know. She was like, well, I would tell you at least try to get a half a gallon a day, the very minimum. Half a gallon. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I looked it up. I'm like, okay, that's only 4 bottles of water. Like literally one of these, 4 of these. You could do 4 a day. So a bottle when you first get up, a bottle at lunch, a bottle at dinner, and then a bottle at night. Or, you know, a bottle in between those 3 big meals. Like, that's very doable, right? But it's not. You guys, like, I would literally be like, dang, how many waters did I drink? Or I would start a water and not finish it, and start another one, not finish that one. So I definitely been trying to get my water intake up. Any amount of milk I made, I would put in the freezer. I wouldn't give it to her. I wouldn't just make up enough and then give it to her. I would literally put everything in the freezer. And right now I have 8 pounds of milk in the freezer. And I will insert a clip of that right here. But I have 8 pounds of milk in the freezer, and I was really improving. So yes, the first thing you want to do is make sure you have a consistent pumping schedule. It's going to take you weeks to see a difference. Like, especially if you're starting as low as I did, it's going to take you weeks, maybe even longer. It could take months for you to see a really big increase. That's why you're supposed to look at it as a journey and not a race. You want to make sure that you're having a consistent schedule and give yourself grace, give yourself time. If you're not meeting the goals that you want to meet right then and there, make a realistic goal. If you know you're normally making 5 milliliters a day, then say, hey, today I'm going to work hardest to make 6 milliliters. Put on a consistent schedule. If you already got your diet the way it needs to be, which is on average, you're supposed to be eating around 550 calories more than you would normally eat. Make sure you're having foods that are helping your supply, like sweet potato, chicken. I think avocado helps. I think spinach helps. I don't know. I will link the article that I read that has like over 27 foods, so that way you can make you a meal plan centered around those foods to help you in production growth. Make sure you are hydrated. This is the number one thing. Get your blood levels checked, because your milk is made with your blood. So if you have low blood pressure or low blood sugar, that can impact your supply as well. Some things that you could do outside of drinking water is drinking body armor. You could drink coconut water. You can mix coconut water and body armor together. You could put coconut water in your protein shakes in the morning. You could eat some more oatmeal. Oatmeal is very helpful in milk supply. Oats itself, so you could do granola bars. You could make those little round little peanut things that's coated in oats. You could do those. You can make your own lactation cookies. There are so many recipes out here. One thing that I know that helped me a lot was using my wearable pumps between my wall pump sessions. So my wall pump sessions are pumps that literally hook up to the wall. So that will be like your Medela Symphony, that will be like your Motif Luna, your Spectra, your Amita pump, like, you know, brands like that. Those are the pumps that hook up to the wall. They're going to give you the best suction because they're hospital grade, and they are going to empty you out the best. Now, what comes next up under that are these babies right here, or manual pumps. Manual pumps are the ones that has no electricity involved, and you are just pumping with your hand. What you could do with those, if you have those at home, you could do fast pulse motion, and then hold. Fast pulse motion 5 times, hold for 5 seconds. Fast pulse motion 5 times, hold for 5 seconds. That will help you trigger your milk. And then when you have an established letdown, you can go a little slower. Stuff like that, and you out really good. You can also hand express. So between my wall pump sessions, I always, a few times out the day, try to wear these whenever I feel like it. A few times out the day, even if I just pump 30-40 minutes on the wall, I would give myself a 10-20 minute break. And then before I had both pumps, I would just rotate one pump on each boob, so that way the other boob can get a break. So I would do like 10-15 minutes on this side, and then I would switch it over to this side, and that while this one pumping, this one gets a break. I cannot stress this enough. If you want to build a stash, if you're early on in your journey, especially if you're still nursing, you can always hook a haka to your breast while you are while you are nursing. So if the baby is on this breast, you could attach the hocker, you pull the flange back, squeeze it to get you a good suction, and you put it right there on the center of your nipple, and it just sit there and catches your letdown while your baby is triggering the letdown on your other boob. So yeah, that is pretty much all of the things that I did, which was basically keeping my hydration up, staying on a consistent schedule, wearing my wearable pumps between my wall pump sessions.
I mention this stuff a lot on TikTok and in my YouTube shorts, but breast massages will instantly give you better results.
Also, find you a support group that can support your current journey. Not women who have, oh, I breastfeed all of my babies 10 years ago. Those people are not going to be best fit for you. Honestly, you need somebody that's in your shoes right now. So if you need somebody who are in your shoes right now, I would highly suggest joining my undubbed suppliers / relactation / induced lactation group. And the reason why I say that is because it is very intimate. It has less than 200 members. So everybody's able to respond pretty fast. They are all relactating, or they're all have a low milk supply, and they're trying to get their supply up the most natural way possible. They all have experience. Some of them have multiple kids, and they're currently having a baby right now, or they have a baby that's the same age as you, or they even going through some of the things that you're going through. So for example, and there are some women in there who have PCOS. There's women in there who have diabetes. There's women who in there who have so many different types of women that are in there. You can find your people, you know, and that will help you feel like, oh, this is not a lonely journey after all.
Make sure you are properly sizing your nipples, because that can reach your supply as well. And also make sure that you are replacing your pumping parts every 1 to 3 months, depending on how often you use them. Check the description for a $5 nipple sizing chart.
Because I'm not being an oversupply mom or not making enough doesn't mean I'm a failure. And also, you have to remember that every drop of breast milk counts. There are thousands of antibodies in 1 drop of milk. So even if you just take your milk, if you're a type of person who makes 15 milliliters a day, you know what you could do? You can make a popsicle for your baby. Those popsicles not only help with teething, they help with soothing their gums, just because they are a cool snack for your baby to have, completely healthy. They can't choke on it easily. And they just overall love it, and it's very sweet for them. It's very nutritious, and they will still be able to build their immune system by having that popsicle a day. After so much time that it's just not working, if it's mentally compromising you, take a break. The break that I took was the best break I could have ever done. I went 2 weeks without really pumping. I only pump once or twice a day, and honestly, I wanted to come back to the breastfeeding. I'm like, okay, now that I've stepped away from it for a little while, I'm able to get clarity on the situations more. I'm able to heal from the past trauma that I experienced during my baby's birth. I'm able to just do what I need to do, basically. And honestly, you got this, mom. And even if you feel like you don't have it anymore, and even if you feel like it's overwhelming and you don't want to put the time and effort into it, it is okay to stop. Like, I don't know if no one told you, but it's okay to stop. Like, it's okay to stop. It's completely fine. Remember, the whole goal of breastfeeding is to have a healthy and happy baby. If you look at your baby and your baby's healthy, and your baby's happy, you're doing your job, mom. Like, literally, being a mom, breastfeeding is at like the bottom of the barrel, honestly. You got so, and even if you're not breastfeeding anymore, if you're not spending 2 hours every day pumping, guess what? Now you have more time to spend with your baby. Now you have more time to play blocks with them or read books with them. Any questions, please feel free to drop them below. If I can't answer it in the comment, I'll make another video just for you. So if you want to have specific questions, drop them below. Follow me on TikTok, because I post a lot of tips on there, a lot of quick tips, and they don't take as long as a video as this. I post a lot of time lapse. I show how to do breast massages. I show the products I'm using. I show all of those things. So follow me on TikTok if you want to follow me on that journey. We got a pretty decent amount. I want to say together this is probably about an ounce. Together, that's really good for me. So if you're the type of woman to make about this much milk or less every session, subscribe to your girl, because we're gonna make this, we're gonna change this around. We're gonna fill these up one day. We are going to fill these up one day, and you should follow me on my journey so that way I can help you and help myself at the same time. All right, so now that I've posted this YouTube video, you now know that I'm on every platform at Along the Journey. It's spelled the same exact way on Facebook, IG, and TikTok, and now YouTube. So please follow me on my journey. I will be more than happy to help. If the best way to reach out to me if you will have specific questions is to join my private Facebook group. The link is in the description. I look forward to updating you guys with this journey so much.
Don't wanna wait on the time that I wanna get